lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio.
And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
My good people, how are y'all doing today? I'm going to make sure I'm unmuted. Charles McCutchen here, your favorite entrepreneur. Welcome to Charles's Corner. I want to, we're about to head into the new year. Hopefully everybody's getting ready. Everybody has been getting ready. I know I've been putting out a lot of content over the course of this year, which is, I know it's been a struggle, but, no matter what you go through, you can't stop. I just posted some stuff online today, and it was about the market and how we see it and what's about to happen with the real estate market. And, the moratorium is supposed to end December 31st, which I think they're going to extend it. But even if they extend it or not, what's going to happen is there are a lot of people who haven't paid rent. There's a lot of landowners who have received rent. So there's going to be a big influx of property that goes back to the bank. That's the only way I can see it. And there's going to be a big influx of people who are going out to rent. And I just want to bring that up, because that's something that is going to affect all of us. Nobody's going to be, I don't care if you're caught up, with your bills and everything like that. It's still going to affect the economy and how we see things. I did read one article on, it was a financial guy talking about how it may be like worse than 2008. Who knows? Nobody knows. I have a dislike for people when they say that we don't have to worry about anything, nothing's going to happen to us, and the market is going to bounce back. The one thing I don't want people to do is to set themselves up for failure, because you don't know if the market is going to bounce back. You don't know what's going to happen, because we haven't experienced anything like this where we have COVID, and then we have the market fluctuations, and then we have people losing jobs, and we didn't have all this back in 2008. So I don't see how people can say that something bad won't happen. So it's all about being prepared. And what I like to do is, I talk to y'all about things that I'm actually working on. Right now, I'm working on nonprofit grant writing and things of that nature. So I have a few people writing grants for me. And I will say this, when you find a grant writer, there's a lot of people that say they're grant writers. The one thing my mentor told me, he said, well, it's easy to write a grant, a proposal, but how many have you gotten qualified for? So you can write a grant and people are getting paid like $1,500, $1,000, $500, $2,000 to write that grant, but they may not have the documentation behind it. And when I say the documentation, I'm looking for people that has gotten approved for grants. Like, I spoke to one guy, he said, I'm going to send you the grants I got approved. And then, he said it's up to $25 million. So that's what I look for when, people tell me that they can write grants and stuff like that. So I would want you to look for it as well. The other thing is, a lot of people want a grant. A lot of people say, hey, I want to start this business and I need a grant. And then I'm just like, there's more grants for nonprofits than there is for for-profits. So it's out there for the taking. A lot of us don't understand it. And I still study to this day. I'm sitting here with books right now, reading up about grants and figuring out this, the way ahead. Because I have these different entities that are, because my nonprofit, I work with veterans. So I'm looking to get better, looking to get more funding as I keep, transitioning and moving, getting better and bigger. So I look to partner with a lot of people. I actually sit on the board for a nonprofit as well, and we work with veterans, and they've been established since 2004. So what I tell everybody that's on this journey, find a company an organization that's out there that's really doing what you want to do in the world that you're in, and then get on their board. You can partner with them. There's so many different ways to partner. What I do is I keep learning about everything that they're doing because I got to do it anyway. So that's what I do in my world. Some people are starting nonprofits now. And so if you are one of those that are starting nonprofits, you have to figure out, well, this is just what I would do. I would figure out, like, what am I doing? And if somebody out there, have they already done it? And can I reach out to those people? You know, because there's, you know, we hear the saying, there's nothing new under the sun. But, you know, you may have, or you want to do it a different way, which is fine. But if you can get a good 50 to 60 to 70, 80% of your information from people that have already done that or gotten some type of leg up so you can move forward, that's always a good thing. So in a sense, you're developing a mission statement. Like, what is it you're going to be doing? What is that? What is it called? Like, for me, help a homeless veteran. Now, you know, I'm broadening my horizon to helping veterans and helping elderly and helping homeless. So, you know, you got to figure out what that core is going to be. And that's nothing like about a couple sentences, really. Your purpose statement, and then you got, you know, a couple pages, 1 or 2 pages, describing, like, what are your programs or activities you want to do with yours. So mine is like a 2-phase where you help to house veterans, and then the other piece is second phase is you get them housing so they can, you know, go off and do great things on their own. Working with other agencies as well. So you have to, when you start a nonprofit, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to go through a few board members because you're going to be the most, the person in your organization that most care about the organization because it's yours. Other people, you know, they have their own agenda to a certain extent, but, you know, you're just going to go through a couple of board members until you find the right one, and designate officers to serve on the board as well. Still have to, you know, figure out whatever your name you got to do. You got to go through the whole thing of actually building a business, because a nonprofit is actually a business. So, you know, so you have to actually meet with your board. You have bylaws. You got to abide by what the IRS says, because the IRS is going to send you what we call a determination letter stating that you are tax exempt. And you use those tax exempt letters when you're talking to different corporations, trying to get different things from them, whatever that may be, right? So there's a form called 1023 you get with the IRS, and then they give you another form. I forgot the numbers on that one, but it's needed. You don't really need the numbers. The IRS won't send it to you anyway once you get approved. But you are registering with the state, and you have to get a bank set up, and, you know, you got to have, and that's when you start getting people to help you. Like, what is our fundraising? How are we going to fundraise? How are we going to bring in money? And that's one of the sticking points, one of the hardest things, I think, for a nonprofit is the money. You know, everybody has these great ideas, but if you don't have the money, you know, it's probably not going to happen the way you want to have it happen. So even when you talk to these different corporations, because I'm getting to this point to where I'm about to go out to different companies to ask, can they donate different things to the organization? So with the nonprofit that I have, we're going to be building and housing veterans. So when you have houses, you need clothing, you need bedding, you need everything that you need for a house. So the way I look at it is you can go to these same places, manufacturers or different companies. You can go to hotels as well and start putting your name on the list to get the things that the hotel may not want. You can probably get a whole, you know, your whole makeup from a hotel, because they throw away stuff that they don't need, but put your name in the hat. Next thing you know, they're donating sheets and bedding and all that stuff to your organization. Just an example. So you always want to show in writing. You want to show who you are. You want to show what you do. There's like a 1-page letter that you give to these different organizations to get stuff. You want to show how you do it. You want to show how you evaluate your success, because you want to help homeless veterans. What does that mean? How do you evaluate your success? And you want to show, like, who are you working with? Are you partnered up? You know, So the other thing is, and this is like little bitty things that a lot of people don't think about that may come to fruition or not. And I'm just going to tell you, things that I see. So when I'm writing letters, I always use blue ink. And blue is it's just the color alone. Red means stop to us. Blue is more of a calm thing, and people reading your letters, you want them to be calm. I would never double fold or put, like have one piece of paper and have something on both sides of the paper from writing a request. And this is like writers say, these are little things. I would write short and precise information because a lot of people don't feel like reading all that stuff you have to write. So you put it on one piece of paper. If you ever get any funding, always write a thank you note, and on your thank you note, you include your information about your organization. And that's just, I think it's, may not be common sense, but common courtesy, put it that way. I would send a tax receipt because anybody who's donating to you, not to let it send, they have your employment identification number. They know that you're a nonprofit, and so they probably want to write it off on their taxes. So you always follow up with that receipt, and you don't waste time. You basically building up your brand, so you're gonna go ahead and send it to them when they send you whatever they're gonna send you. Never ask for like special requests and things like that. It's just more of either they will or they won't, because you don't want to put yourself in a position to where your nonprofit is offering something that you really can't do or you can't do legally. So you don't want to, some people will ask things of you when you're a nonprofit. If I give you this, can you do that for me? And you're like, no, we can't do that. Either you're going to give to help support the veterans or you're not, and it's okay. One thing you don't want to do, I don't speak negatively about donors. It's just not, if they give, great. If they don't, great, and you just keep moving. That's just how it works. So there's a lot of things that you can get from organizations like, and I'm just going to use mine as an example only because it's right in front of me. So when, you housing, let's say you housing veterans, they're going to need food. You can actually get food from like food banks. There's a lot of food banks across the United States, but they have guidelines of how you go about getting food and how much, that's an expense. People got to eat. So if you're looking at putting a grant together and you saying you want all this stuff, I would want to know, like, have you even spoken to the food banks to get some of your food from there, and that lessens the amount of money that you're going to need from a different grant person. So the other thing is volunteers. I know for a fact I'm going to put out a lot of volunteer information. I'm actually going to be going to the different universities and community colleges for volunteers. And the goal that I'm working on in Virginia is to set up a program where I can get with the university and they have different people who are actually going to be working in the social services department or working with the elderly, and because we're going to have an assisted living facility. So what greater good is for them to go do some volunteer work, even to get, real actual on-the-job intern type experience at a facility. So that's going to be good. And we may even get to a point that we could actually pay them. I don't know. It's still too early to determine what happens, where, and what things like that. But it's always good to tap into I'm tapping into the high schools. I'm tapping into I'm going to tap the elementary school. Not that they're going to be working, but it's always good to have kids around when you have the elderly. And they may put on plays for them. It's just more of have a community type setting. That's what I'm looking at. The other thing is when because I have the veteran, it's going to be a veteran assisted living facility, and then one facility is just going to be veterans, transitioning veterans, things like that. So the one thing I look for is like, what do they have that's materials or free supplies? You may have art classes. Who knows? You may have something that they can use because I'm not going to, it's going to be different agencies that come in to work with even the elderly. So you got to have different things coming in from laundry detergent. What about paper goods? People who do candles. You may like candles, pastry shops, Starbucks, Pizza Hut, all those different places that can actually, and I look at it as helping out. Now, some of these things may be for free, some of them may not be, but it's more about your interaction with the city, with the community, and really coming together. That's how I look at it. So there is a time of year that you really, really, really start to run out with a nonprofit, and not say run out to get information or get donations set up. And August is like the main time when you really start going in. And I got that from one of my mentors, you know. So there's common inventory times as well. And inventory is like January, February, July, August. Or the end of quarters are inventory times, and when people may want to get rid of things. So it's more about building a relationship, but you can't be the only one. You know, your board's got to be out there helping you, speaking to these different organizations. And I'm going through all this stuff I'm telling you right now, you know, because we're getting ramped up to go and just have conversations and let people know what we're about to do. We're getting ramped up to be a part of the local news stations. We're about to get press releases set up to send out to locally, and I'm going across the United States with some of the stuff that I'm sending out as well, just so I can get more feedback and see who wants to help. That's what it's about. The other thing is furniture and beds. So being that we're working on a facility that's 350 to 400 beds, you're going to definitely need furniture. You don't ever need bedding. You don't need access to beds and everything like that. So one good place you may try is military bases. You know, I served in the military, and I know we used to buy new furniture and take the old furniture to this warehouse, and then people go over there and get the old furniture. Same type of thing you could do. Go to furniture stores, and furniture stores can do a write-off. You can go to hotels, motels, timeshares, and get their old stuff if they want to, if they're replenishing, making sure that, you know, it's going somewhere. You can even go to universities and colleges, and I'm definitely going to be talking to them because I want to do a program with them. So they may have some stuff that they don't want in their, you know, they may have a warehouse. I don't know. Go to trucking companies, go to moving companies, because, you know, you got to move all that stuff, and it may be a tax write-off for the moving company. I would even go to fire departments, medical, ambulance facilities. Everybody change out bedding, and you know, you make sure that you're getting some quality type, you know, stuff. You don't want to get stuff that nobody wants to use. Even state auctions. And then you have other companies, like right now, I'm sure companies are going out of business. And those are just things that you can get a piece of. You know, that's just different things that I think about as you're going down. The other stores are department stores. You know, you got Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace. They will give, and let me tell you what, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do before it even happens. As we're going through all this, you know, once you get to radio and TV, you can ask these companies like Lowe's, Home Depot, grocery stores, you know, do you want to be a part of the local news? Because we're going to talk about the different people who donated for the cause of helping out the military. So I'm in a big military town. We have one of the biggest naval bases in the world here in Norfolk, Virginia. And so when I go around, I'm going around to people that I served in the military with, and I'm going to ask for people's help or donations or people to talk to these different other entities, and let's make this a community thing and make it bigger than what it is and really go hard and get this stuff done. So that's what I'm going to be doing when I go out to speak to. And I even got churches, you know. They're great supporters. I got some of them coming in that's going to be helping, talking to bishops and pastors. So the nonprofit is a job, family. It's really a job. It's a business. And I like people to understand like what they're getting their hands into, because a lot of people look at it as it's not going to be that big of a deal, but it really is. Like it's a pretty big deal. The other thing is all those companies, make sure you tell them thank you. You have to do that. So there's a lot of different organizations out there. For me, I would say start a private organization. I mean, not a private, but a public organization that's private. I only say that because there's more funding. It's all about the funding so you can get your organization off the ground and keep it moving. The one thing that stops people is not having the money that's coming out of pocket. And I will tell you, your pockets are going to run dry at some point. You can't keep just, paying your own money. At some point, you're going to be like, okay, well, where's this next pot of money coming from? Something has to happen. So I'm on this journey, working with Jim's Miracle for Help. That's the name of my nonprofit. And we're just, we are, I'm still in the learning phase, and I think I'll never leave the learning phase. I'm just saying, it's been an eye-opening experience just sitting on the board for the other nonprofit. And I look at what I'm doing, I'm like, my goodness, I haven't even touched the surface really in my nonprofit. And so what I'm doing, I've been reaching out to all these different experts, from mental health folks to veteran folks to everybody, even different agencies, and we're putting something together to make it bigger than just what I can provide. I can only do so much. I'm only one person. But as we go along and, you make connections along this journey and you do something that's just going to shake up the country. That's my goal. What I'm doing right now, it's been in the works for a minute, and I'm doing this to really shake it up. And when I say shake it up, my goal is to duplicate the process over and over and over. And the other thing I'm creating with some folks, because this is not just me, please don't think it's just me. The other thing I'm creating is a franchise. So we're going to create a franchise model with the assisted living facility, maybe even veterans. We probably can add that in there as well. But we're creating a franchise type model that we can just duplicate it again and again and again. Right now, I would say we're sitting at about, just looking at the baby boomers and people over the age of 55. Well, no, they were born between the age of 1946 and 1964. And I know that over 10,000 plus, we call them baby boomers, they were stopping work. I don't know if they're doing that now, but, they were stopping working, but that's a lot of people. If you look at that's happening every day. But there's a lot of folks in that community. And what's going on, if you look at 2008 and how the market crashed, and a lot of people were trying to dig themselves out of 2008, a lot of people still haven't dug themselves out of 2008, and I think we're about to hit another, bad place in a sense. And you have those older generation of folks who had this money saved up, who may had to use it for medical or due to the market crashing and everything like that. And now imagine being like 65 or even 70 and your money's dried up, and now you got to go back and try to figure out where's some more money coming from. And so even my mom was on she was only getting a certain amount of money every month. And so I know a lot of people fit in that same category. So you don't have an opportunity to mess your money up, or the money don't come in, and now you may not be able to afford that particular house. So you got to transition to something else, which may be a little smaller, because you may be the only person and you may have somebody with you, but you having this big old 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 square foot home, it may not fit, what you have, and now you don't want to pay the bills anyway, not that big, or cut the grass. So now you move into a facility that's maybe a little smaller, but then you may need some help, So I think as we get older, at some point we all need help, maybe going to the store, getting around, everything like that. And so that's where the facility comes in to play. Basically, we call it assisted living, and then you call it independent living, to where, you can go ahead and you can still live there. You don't really need a lot of help, but you may need one or two things here and there. So you have this community that's that's set just for you, and that's what we're working towards right now, making that community to where it's more of people in your age range or what have you. Because I don't even want to live around people that's 21 years old because they doing their own thing, and we can all remember when we were 21 and 19 and doing things, loud music and everything, but that's just not where I live now. So that's not my, what I choose to be around. And I'm sure as you get older, you kind of, we get more sedentary, more set in our ways, more like, no, we don't need no loud music. We're not trying to go to no clubs. That's just not the thing we want to do. We may play some bingo or something like that, because whatever they want to do as they get older, even board games and stuff like that. So that is a community of people that can relate to one another. So that's what that's what's going on right now with the different communities being built up. So I just wanted to give that as a snapshot. Hopefully somebody took something away from that. One thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take all these recordings I've done for over the years and put them somewhere. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out, though. It's just what my thought about. I was like, wow, I have a lot of recordings out there with some information. So we'll see. One day, Charles's Corner will be in some type of series or something. I do have a new book that's going to be coming out. It's going to be, I think, January, February time frame, getting everything set up right now. And then after that book, I'm going to have another book coming out. So I'm about to start dropping these books that I've already done. And I'm just going to start dropping them probably month after month, or wait like 3 months and then drop the next one. But, I got some more books are coming. I got more books and more I'm going to be getting on to the different stations like NBC, ABC, CBS, and putting out the story of what's going on with the development. And we're definitely getting a lot of help from the city. The city is on board with us 100%, which it feels so good to even say that, because I can remember where I started the journey with this development like November 2019. And I bring that up because that's when I first got introduced to the development. I wasn't really doing much with it. But I think January 2020 was probably the time they was like, I probably need to look at my contract to say, hey, we want to bring you on board and we want to work with you. And then that's when I started doing the running part. It was like, all right, and it may be April. I don't even really remember. But even during that time, you had COVID, so that just slowed the process down a little bit. And I know people probably forgot. Some people was like, Charles said he was doing this doggone development. He ain't doing no doggone development. He always saying, I know people like that. And I haven't said nothing for a reason. But when we get these contracts in, which I haven't received an email yet. They were supposed to be in this, last week. So we'll see if they got them in. And once I get the contracts in, that's when I can really start to talk about like everything we're doing. But I can put more stuff on social media as well and really start to let people see what's going down in the insides. Like give people the scoop or what have you. So I'm out here working. And I'm working I'm doing God's work. This is God's work right here. This is way bigger than me. And he keep enlarging my territory. And I'm accepting of everything that I get. So I appreciate it. I'm very appreciative. I'm thankful that I was even chosen to get put in this position, And I just see bigger and bigger things that keep coming, and it's amazing. It definitely is amazing. I just call it faith. This is what I've been praying for, what I've been working for, and everything is like lining up. We're just going to keep moving and blessing people. So we're going to bless a lot of people, help a lot of people along this journey. That's what we're doing. So I want to pray us out, but first I want to say thank you to Miss Kimmy Robertson for putting the vision of the Elation magazine out there to go into Elation Radio and then Elation and beyond. I'll keep it simple like that, okay? Dear God, we want to give thanks to you at this time. We are in a world of worry right now. We don't really have a lot of peace. And I just want to stir up good news again. Please forgive us for forgetting that your love will never change, that your love will never fade, and that you'll never abandon us. Now, please give us the strength and the mental fortitude that we need to move forward in our lives. And please allow us to understand that everything will be done on your time. Continue to bless us and our families. Please continue to keep us safe, continue to keep us healthy. We may not always see the clear picture, but we know that you didn't bring us this far to only bring us this far. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. This is Charles McCutchen. I'm your favorite entrepreneur. Y'all take it easy.
Yes, it's men of faith. Insomniac. We about to bring it back, 'cause I'ma bring it back. Okay. Yeah. Taking it back to the days of the feel good. Yeah. Real hip hop was the soundtrack to my childhood. Okay. Growing up without a care in the world until the only thing I cared about the state of the world. You are the Zane on my level. I choose purpose over fame. I don't play with no devil. That's nothing to it though, 'cause truly I was born a rebel, destroying everything in sight. This Tasmanian devil. So you can get mad if you want to. Block my shine, that's what you won't do. The sound here, man, there ain't nothing hotter. I refuse to let it die this time, so I feel I gotta bring it back, 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 bring it back. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. I'm still moving, still grooving, still got flow. Y'all thought I fell off, still hot though. I've been winning, put my faith in Christ. And he never let me down since he paid that price. Got love for my friends and my enemies. Spread around like butter, that's a remedy. Got enough for the hood and back. Plugged into the source so I never lack. That's right. So you can get mad if you want to. Don't block my shine, that's what you won't do. The sound here, man, there ain't nothing hotter. I refuse to let it die this time, so I feel I gotta bring it back, 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 bring it back. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. Come on, okay, yeah. I'ma need everybody to report to the dance floor. Everybody to the dance floor right now. Y'all got 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Let's go. Slide to the right, move to the left. Give me space, watch me do my step. Hands up, put them up in the sky. I'ma show you how to do it, go on, raise them high. Watch me do my dance. Just watch me do my dance. I see you looking, got them all in the trance. All eyes on me, they say they love my stance. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.